It is Mike and my beautiful wife Denise back for day 4 of Denise's diary reporting on her water fast. So she's gone 4 days. You can hear a siren in the background. You know this is live. There's a siren going off because I called 911 for Denise. I'm worried about her. No,
He didn't.
that's not it. Okay, but she is on. This is going to be actually around this time. It's almost exactly 24:48. What is that? 96 hours now without food.
Yeah.
4 full days. This is a full day. So hopefully you can hear us over the siren and say something if you're out there. Tell us where you're watching from, that kind of thing. And I want to hear what Denise has to say because she's got an update for us. Even though she's been drinking all water today, what's the update?
I drank 2 of my 32-ounce jars of water. I still have 1 more to go. And I'm not noticing a big difference in the weight loss because in relation to the water, I'm still losing 1.5 pounds a day, whether I drink a ton of water or not. So I'm not seeing the benefit here. Maybe you can tell me what the benefit actually is.
Wait a minute. You lost another 1.5 pounds since yesterday?
Yeah, I started at 141 and a half. Now I'm down to 135. So I already lost my 5 pounds. And I just looked at how much I was losing per day the last time I did a water fast back in April, and it was still 1.5 pounds a day. So, and I drank a lot less water. So I'm guessing that the sudden drop in body weight is because of the fact that I'm not eating my usual 2 pounds of food per day. Humans eat 2 pounds of food per day. So I think some of that weight is just the absence of food. But okay. I'm still drinking my water just in case it makes a difference.
Sorry, I'm trying to tilt this thing. But you don't think you need to drink the water? Well, but you'll be dehydrated if you don't drink the water, right?
Well, yeah, I need to drink water, but I think 64 ounces is enough. Maybe I don't need to drink 108 ounces.
Oh, I see. Because you're going to the bathroom a lot now, right?
Yeah.
Way more than you want to go?
Yeah, it takes up a lot of my time.
And what color is it? Is it clear? We need to know.
No.
It's not?
No. Urine is never clear.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess from what I've heard, the color of your urine will show you how dehydrated or not dehydrated you are. If the clearer it is, the less dehydrated you are, and the darker it is, the more dehydrated you are. So, like, where does it fall on that scale?
Yeah, it's not dark.
Not? Okay. So it's definitely on the lighter side.
Yeah.
I would expect that. Okay. And so Denise, as you guys know, we mentioned this is the 4th video in a row I've mentioned this, is doing this for weight loss. But in my mind, the number one benefit is actually health. And I was thinking about that. Restoring health is what the number one benefit is, because it's almost like you're eating a perfect diet, because most everybody is eating food-like products, is eating garbage basically almost every meal of the day and injuring themselves over and over again every day. So it's hard to eat exactly right and to eat exactly the right foods to be healthy. Although you can find that on our website, aPlantBasedDiet.org, up there. Go to healthy recipes and you can learn what to make. But it's real specific. It's hyper specific. But when you go to water only and you have like a filtered or a natural spring water, non-contaminated water source, then you're eating the healthiest food you can if you think about it, right? If food plays a role. And the more I think about it, I know you and I have talked about this, we're in our 50s. She's 50, soon to be 51. I'm 51 already. We'll be 52 in February. And I'd say almost everybody we know that's our age or older either has a major health condition or has had some kind of a major operation of some kind required because of poor health. Yeah. Would you say that?
Yeah, I mean, agree.
Outside of people associated with Green Fair, actually. That's different. But I'm talking about the general population, all right? And family members, things like that, right? Who are not following this or are listening to our advice and are totally skeptical, or they're hearing it anyway, but they're not doing it. They're like, what are you talking about? This is normal. You get old, you get sick. And hey, if I'm not as super sick as everybody else, then I'm doing just fine. So I'm better. But my own thought is nobody ever has to be sick at all on any level unless you want to. And if you want to, that's kind of masochistic, I guess. Whenever you want to be sick all the time, it's painful. All your time and money you're spending at doctor's appointments, it's depressing. It's not fun. So that's kind of what we're saying with this. more sirens. This is probably some victims of the standard American diet. That's what I always call it. Actually,
Yeah.
so they would be better off water fasting than have to call the ambulance on them to pick them up and try to revive them. And of course, when you get in the hospitals, a lot of people don't make it out alive, and we don't want to see that. So, but anyway, like I said, I've been thinking about friends, family that we know, again, that are not associated with Green Fair Organic Cafe, because that's like the healthiest restaurant in the world. But the general population, is that the ambulance? No, that's not. Okay. No. The general population, we don't want to be like the general population. The general population has gotten away from health. All right, so this is going to help to restore it, I think.
Yeah.
Any comments on that?
I agree. Two of my high school friends that are my age have had breast cancer, and I know they ate a lot of meat and dairy growing up because I used to hang out with them, and I don't. I think that's the only thing keeping me from getting breast cancer right now.
Yeah, well, everything matters, especially as you get older. You got to get better, otherwise you're just going to get sicker and sicker. And you used to have. Do you consider yourself having acid reflux anymore? I'm just curious.
No, not anymore.
You've removed that from your condition?
Yeah.
As of how long ago? Because when I first met you and you turned vegan, you started. I told you it would go away and it didn't, but that's because we were eating mostly processed foods and junk foods, or not mostly, but too many. Yeah. You only have to eat too many. You don't have to eat them all the time. You just have to eat too many, and that throws your body out of balance, and then you never get better with your acid reflux, and you weren't. But then all of a sudden, something changed, and now it's gone.
Yeah. Oh, well, we eat less processed food now, and I also gave up coffee. Remember all the arguments we used to have about coffee?
Yeah. I finally gave it up, I think, for the second time. Yeah. It's hard. Somebody over here, unnamed, got me hooked on it. So, but I'm done with that. Actually, I'm done with it. That'll be a separate video because of the poor quality water they make the coffee with, all the chemicals that are in the coffee, additives, the acidic nature of the coffee. But what about high fat diet too? Don't you think that had an effect? You're eating a lower fat diet now?
Maybe, yeah. Since we went through the Green Fair 21-day PCRM kickstart, we learned about eating low fat, and yeah, I think I stopped taking medication shortly after that.
You did? Okay. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. And I don't hear you clearing your throat quite as much. You used to do it all the time, every day, all day long, and you don't do it so much. Mm-hmm. So that's good. And last thing I want to think about is just the fact that you are drinking only water. You're on a water fast now. If you've done this before, let us know in the comments here too. We're interested to hear your stories. But that's the healthiest way to go, is no chemicals, no animal products, low fat. That's what you got in water. And this is why it works. If you're skeptical and thinking this isn't going to work, the more I think about it, this makes perfect sense. And you can do it every so often as you feel like you're ready for another cleansing, because it's really a cleansing. Some people say juice cleanses do this, and they do, but not to the extent of water fasting. This is like a whole other level, and it's fast, and it's complete, and it's actually, not only is it free, it actually saves you money because you're not buying food anymore, and there's no stress of preparing food anymore. Right. So I'm very thankful that you're able to do this, and I'm hoping for better results for you, and I'm glad that you want to document this too, to show people. And again, we're going to end this one like we've talked about in all the other videos. See your medical professional before you start anything like this, your doctor, especially if you're on medication. And if you are on medication, definitely don't even think about doing this. That would be my advice. You got to get to a somewhat of a balanced health state before you start to fine tune. This is the fine tuning, I'd say, right? Yeah. Something like that. You've got to agree to give up with making you sick first, and then this will just get you better and better. Yep. So that's the end of my rant. Water rant. And I think it's still you can still hear the rain out there. And no more sirens, but now airplanes. So we'll see you tomorrow for day 5. You're halfway there. Yeah. Somewhere. I can't turn my hand around because I can hold the phone.
It's okay.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.